Good evening, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, we're just looking back over the last almost a year on what's been happening up on our hilltop home, and this is around July when we started to actually want to change things drastically. Up to then, I'd just been working on the house, and we'd been having a pretty laid-back, simple life. I got up every day and I worked on the house, and I was quite happy to do that. And Beth did her chores around our little ramshackle farm, a scruffy little place that it is, that we love living in, and we were quite happy at that time. Well, later everything changes, doesn't it? So about July, we decided that as we wanted to get a truck, we really needed to do something about the path that we use on the motorcycle every day. So we set up a GoFundMe account, and we tried to raise some money. We raised a little money, but it wasn't very much, and for what we wanted to do, it was totally inadequate. So that's when we were talking all about me, or us. So I had a little break right there. I can't make any guarantees about how cooperative the dogs will be, because if anybody even moves down there on a hill, they can even smell from here, they'll start barking and they set everybody else off, and I can't make any guarantees about that any more than I can about the chickens, okay? But anyway, I'll give you a little recount that, like I said, about last July, we decided that we'd try and make some changes. We'd like to get a truck. We wanted that because it was nice to be out of the rain. And so we tried to raise a little money. It went well, it went quite well, and what we managed to do was get a start on making the road, which we did the hard way: picks and shovels, and a carabao and a hand plough. So we followed the contours of the hills, and we made out a rough, really it's a wide mud path. That's really what it is. So anyway, but we built a nice concrete bridge that I'm still very proud of. I did the design work, which I'd always wanted to do, actually build a bridge. Wow. So we built a bridge across the creek, which is about 28 or 30 feet long, and about, let me see, I think about 10 feet or maybe 12, just guessing now, feet wide. So we did that, which we didn't manage to continue to raise funds. Things dried up very quickly, and we ended up with a debt of about 70,000 pesos, which is a lot for us. Well, we worked hard and we got that paid off, by the way. So what happened then? Well, let me see, October, I think it was about October, 6 months ago, we decided that we'd start recording our stuff, everything that we were doing, on video. Of course, that brought up the possibility, or the likelihood, or the obvious choice of starting a YouTube account. So that's what we did, and we started off very simply, and we just did very simple life videos about ordinary life on our little hilltop home, and we had fun, and we did ordinary things, and we just had fun. And then something happened that changed everything. We went with Pastor Timio, my brother-in-law, and we went to visit someone that he was counseling. The man was paralyzed. He was bedridden in the most pitiful conditions, and we went there, and as we stood outside, well, we later went into the house, pitiful house, and we went inside, and as we watched this man lying on a ramshackle bed that was almost breaking, in fact that was our first thought, let's buy him a bed, and we're looking, and it's a dirt floor, and just pitiful. And I can say this now without being without being laughed at, because so many of you have said that that lady on the skeleton house made a few of you shed a few tears. Well, when we watched that man in his condition, it made me shed a few tears, I can tell you. And we made up our mind that we were going to try and help. And when we talked about this to Pastor Timio, who was going to do the building work, I'm way past that, it turned out that he had thought that that was a good idea too. So we started a project, and we gave it the grand name Project Repair House, or Project House Repair. Well, we didn't house repair in the end, we started building houses. But before we could do that on the paralysed man's house, we were taken to see Desiree. Now, when we went to see Desiree, everything changed then. Because we got involved in people's medical conditions. And so what happened was that everything grew from there. And I'm just looking back now, I wrote down, really as a tribute to the people that have joined us on our channel, who have sent money so that we can help the people in the stories that we tell. Like we told the story of the paralysed man and his family, and we showed the photographs, and we showed the video, and then we showed Desiree, and you know, you saw Desiree in her condition, which is has probably been diagnosed as multiple sclerosis now, and it touched a lot of people in the heart, and they sent money and said, how can we help? And so we were able to help, and our last 6 months has really shown us how a few people working together with heart and a little generosity and a little cash can really change things. Well, I never realized just the degree to which that was true about the people that have sent money to us. And so I wrote down everything we've done, and I'm going to quickly scan through it because there's nothing quite so boring as reading somebody reading a list. But we built houses. We built one for Desiree, for the paralysed man, and later we helped his son to come in, and we've been helping his son to finish the house that he built. We built a house for the 3 little girls. We helped to finish the skeleton house. We built Pastor Gilbert's house. We rebuilt and continued building and completed the 4-year-old house. We built the house of the dancing man, and we built a lot of other things. Actually, I'm reading the wrong list. What am I doing? Silly old fart. Anyway, so let me read it again. We built a house for 3 little girls, the son of the paralysed man, and we built one for Beanie. Then we got on to Nisa. That didn't go so well, although the house was a great success. Plus we managed to get a nice kitchen into there, and running water, and also a rarity, we had virtually an inside bathroom. So as Nisa had this condition that we were trying to help her with, it was a boon. So Rado, we finished his house by buying cladding and materials like that. Timio, we built his house, a grand house. Secret house on the mountain. It's not really a secret, but we've explained that we wanted it to be a secret, that we were going to help. So Pastor Gilbert, we built a house for Pastor Gilbert, the dancing man, as I've said, the 4-year-old house, the mother and child's house, which we finished because it was half built in block. We did the same with the skeleton house. And we also built a guest house in outside our own house, which we hoped that people would come and stay, and people have come and stayed. So, what else did we do? Well, and there go the dogs. We 60% finished work on the well for Pastor Gilbert's community, and they're working on it right now, and it's about 60% finished, we think. So that's going to be pumped, and it's going to bring running water, running clean, drinkable water to about 10 or 11 houses. And we have planned now to put in a communal CR or bathroom toilet in the middle of that little community, which will benefit everybody, because right now I think they take a dump wherever they can, you know, out in the grass. So, not to put too fine a point on it. So that was for Pastor Gilbert. And we also helped pump the water from the well of Rado. We brought water to Lena and Maricel, who live fairly close to where we are, but we brought running water to them. We financed a thresher for Rado. We financed the buying of a carabao to Lisel because of her situation where she has been sick and is unable to do the hard work. Don is her husband and he is disabled, so that's a tough situation. So after that, well, the rice thrasher to Rado, carabao to Lisel. We brought medications to various people, to the pastor's wife, to Michael, whose life we managed to bring about a change because he was diabetic and was having no medication. So we took him in and we got him into hospital, got the checkups that he needed, we got him hydrated, and out in a few days, I think maybe 2, maybe 3 days, and we got him supplied with what he needed. And we also then, because of that, we met his grandfather, and his grandfather was having trouble with his eyes, going blind, and we managed to get eye surgery for him, so that fully in at least one eye, he is now completely rescued on that. So we brought meds to the pastor's house, Michael at the hospital, diabetic, grandfather, eye surgery. We paid in its entirety nearly 100,000 for Marife's mother, who was suffering from hysterectomy or need of a hysterectomy, and we got her into hospital, and we, courtesy of all of our subscribers, or actually in that particular case I'm remembering it was just one, and the money came from Little Bit Rich. We have code names for various people that don't want to be recognized, prefer to be anonymous. So what does that bring to? There was what we called the Goldstone couple, and we managed to get them in, and for only 10 or 15,000 I think it was, don't forget I'm not the accountant here. So we got him into hospital and we got his surgery. He thought that they were looking at 150,000 for the surgery. Beth did her miracles. My warrior princess, who gets in there and gets things moving, and she got that surgery for I think only 15,000. So in fact that may have been only for the expenses of getting them up there. I think we actually turned out that we got that for nothing. So we financed, courtesy once again of all of our generous subscribers, we financed hospital tests and everything on Nisa, which came to a great deal of money. Just the taking of her with all that entails, taxis, ferries, hotel stays, whatever it was that we did. In fact, I think we stayed with friends on that particular one. We spent, I know that it was 63,000 just on that alone. And then she declined the surgery. Well, c'est la vie. That's how it happens sometimes. Since then, we've helped her uncle and her auntie, who actually tried to read her the riot act and tell her how stupid she was being by refusing to have the operation. But to no avail, and she went on and went her way. But at least we've been able to, courtesy of Paul in Australia, he insisted that he still wanted to help her, and so he sends enough money for her monthly meds. which actually I think stop now. She's only on that for 6 months, and that might be ending fairly soon. Another month, maybe 2 months, and that will be stopping. She won't need to take that. Then it really is down to a life-saving operation at some point in the future. But what can we do about that but just say you had the chance? So her uncle, her auntie, her came to us very recently, and we've helped them with medication, funding the medication for whatever it was that they were suffering. Her cousin came and needed surgery for something that she had a growth, a cyst on the back of her head, which was causing her a great deal of pain, and we got her into surgery. That proved to be an outpatient's job, and that was it. She's had a little medication since then, but she's doing great. Then we moved on and we started having some fun with the kids, and we took, I think, must be around 100 kids that we've taken, some of them the same, some different, and we've taken them on what we've called first experience trips, where they've gone to their first restaurant, they've shopped for their clothes for the first time, been to a swimming pool for the first time, all kinds of things that you guys in the West would take for granted. But this was the first time for those kids, and they had a ball, and that was fun. So we bought a washing machine for Lena, and there have been other things that we've helped with. We've got lots of other things planned, but just looking at this, it is tremendous, this list of things that, because of the generosity of the people that support us, you guys who are on this site now. Maybe some of you people who are watching are not familiar with what we've been doing, but we've been working 24/7, happily, okay, if not tired, and trying to get some help to people that desperately need it and have no hope. That was one of the things that the lady who made such an emotional thank you when she hugged me when we took the materials for her husband to finish that house, and she was so overwhelmed with gratitude. And later she said to Beth, we'd given up all hope that we would ever be able to finish our home. And I'm talking about living in a skeleton, just a bare frame that you could see through. And they were in a plywood den that formed their bedroom and living room, and they had 7 little girls, or 7 children anyway, most of them little girls. So this is pretty well what we've achieved in just about 6 months, and a little longer for the road and for the bridge. But we hope to be able to continue. To be honest, when we first started this and we got the first 3 houses, we did Desiree's house, and we did the paralysed man, and we raised money. We raised money for the 3 little girls. We raised money for Desiree for her medication and some tests, and we're continuing to do that right now with Desiree. In fact, we've just received the tests that we took her for a week or so ago, and they've come back. We were supposed to go this week, we hoped, to take Desiree up to Tagbilaran so that the tests could be interpreted for us by the neurologist that we've taken her to see. We're very hopeful that there will be some results. She's had some improvement so far with the medication that this particular neurologist had recommended and prescribed. So we're hoping for some good results, but the neurologist is in Manila and won't be back for a little while, so probably next week before Desiree gets some good news, I hope. So that all done. This is really a tribute not to Beth and I. It's a tribute to the people that have overwhelmingly been incredibly generous. And as I was about to say, we thought that it would just peter out, that okay, we'd get a few houses built and Desiree helped, and then we hit that real plateau with, actually it was more like an abyss, wasn't it, with Nisa. Everybody's hopes was up. We raised a great deal of money, which was expressly for the purpose of giving her an operation. Not for money, so that she would feel that she had won the lotto. It was at the express instructions of the people who gave that money that this was for an operation. When she declined to have the operation, the instructions from the donors was very clear. Use this money wherever you feel is appropriate to help those who will be, what shall we say, more grateful, more appreciative. And that's what we did, and we went on to build other houses. And all of that has been accounted for, and all of that is in hard copy. It's all written down. So we feel fortunate to have survived the last 6 months with so many friends and so many supporters. In spite of any attacks that we've had, we've gone on. There were times that we thought that maybe we should go back to just making little funny videos, but at the time those times that we did that, we were in the middle of building a house or taking somebody to hospital or something. So that didn't, that never happened, and we never gave up, and we're still here, and we're still working just as hard. I thank you for listening to your success story, not ours. Ours is already in high reward for the faces of the people that we see when we've given help, for the kids that we see that are overjoyed at their first experience. That's our reward. We hope that your reward is in seeing whatever you have gifted as a return, and in the incredible changes that you have brought in a community, in a country where you have never seen these people and don't know them, and yet you have changed their lives. And this is an enormous thing that you've done. Thank you on their behalf. Thank you very much. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Thanks for looking in. Bye for now.